Hearing of the Zoning Board of Appeals of the City of Evanston. The zoning ordinance empowers this board to hear references from the City Council, applications for variances and special uses, and appeals from decisions of the zoning administrator. Depending on the type of matter, we will either make a final determination or send a recommendation to the City Council. Present tonight are board members Mary Beth Burns, Scott Gingold, Beth McLennan, Matthew Rogers, Clara Weinberg. I'm Lori Summers, your current chair. Therefore, we have a quorum. Also present here tonight from city staff is Melissa Klotz. This is a formal hearing, and we have rules that govern our proceedings. Our most important rule is that only one person may speak at a time without interruption. It is not just civility, but it is necessary to accurately record our proceedings. Anyone who wishes to address the board regarding any matter on the agenda will have an opportunity to do so at the appropriate time. Our normal procedure is that we will hear first from the staff on the documents in the file. We will then receive testimony and other evidence from the applicant or appellant. After the applicant or appellant has completed their initial submission, any person who has a legal interest in real property located within 500 feet of the property that is the subject of the application or appeal may present evidence, reasonably question witnesses, or seek a continuance of the hearing. Next, others who wish to make a statement regarding the matter may do so at that time. When all opposing testimony and other statements have been received, the applicant or appellant will be given an opportunity for rebuttal or a closing statement. Board members may ask questions of anyone offering testimony or statements. All testimony and statements will be under oath. Although we do not apply the strict rules of evidence, we ask that you limit your testimony or statement to your own personal knowledge. When you testify or make a statement, please tell us your name and address, and please print it on the pad provided if you did not sign outside. Because we do not have a court reporter, it is imperative that you speak into the microphone so your testimony and statement can be recorded. We are audio and video recorded. When all of the testimony, other evidence, and statements have been received, we will close the record and begin our deliberations. And I think we're all set recording-wise, correct, Melissa? Yes. Okay, thank you. First, tonight, I would just note for everyone that's here and for the record that our second case for 2618 Eastwood Avenue, which is ZBA 11ZMJV-0090, has been withdrawn at this time. So we would not be hearing that case this evening. And with that, I don't know if anybody had any comments on the minutes from our previous meeting.
I have one comment on page 2. At the end of the second paragraph that begins, the zoning board then entered into deliberation. The last sentence, a 2-height fence, seems like a logical solution. Should that 2 be a 4-foot?
No, what I think they mean is that 2 different heights, so a 4-foot and a 6-foot. So I don't think that's a.
Okay.
But there could be some clarification.
Yeah.
In terms
some
of
clarification would make
the way that sentence is
written.
A
fence of 2 different heights or something like that maybe would help clear that up.
See.
And then the only other question I had was at the very end we put the meeting was recorded by video and is available. Is it true that the entire meeting was recorded, or was...
Only the first 2 hours of the meeting were recorded.
Okay, so we should probably make some sort of a note that not the entire meeting is on record.
Okay, and I think I had one correction. The first paragraph on page 2, over on the left-hand side, it says previous, and it should say existing. do we have? Okay, we do have the 4 of us that were here previously, so. Is there a motion or any other corrections or a motion regarding this?
I would move to approve the minutes of our meeting for January 3rd, 2012, with the few corrections that have been stated here this evening.
Second.
It's been moved in second. All those who were present and in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
The motion is carried unanimously of the present members, and if I can, I will take abstentions from the 2 members who were not here for that meeting.
Abstain.
Abstain.
Thanks. And so that's carried, and we do have a matter of old business from our last meeting, which is on Grant Street. We are at the point where we have gone through the entire process and begun our voting. And at this point, we have Member McLennan and Member Gingold, who were not present at the meeting. Can you both affirm that you have reviewed the minutes and related testimony that was provided, as well as the additional documentation that was provided at that meeting?
I have.
I have also.
And at this time, I believe the motion was a positive motion. Am I correct?
Yes.
For approval. So at this time, if you could let us know what your votes would each be on that.
Based on the materials that were made available both before the January 3rd meeting and from the January 3rd meeting, as well as the minutes that have now been approved, my vote is that the standards are all met, and I vote in favor of the variances sought.
Okay, thank you.
I concur with Member Gingold and also vote aye.
Okay, I believe that carries us through. Is that a 4-2 then? I believe that carries us through to a 4-2 decision. So that will be the final determination of the Zoning Board of Appeals, and the requested variances will be approved. And it looks like that brings us all the way to our final case of the evening then tonight, which is 1424 Florence Avenue. So if we could read that into the record, please.
Kindon Mills and John Holbert, as acting agents for Kathleen Robel Osterreicher, property owner, apply for major zoning relief to construct a second-story addition. The applicants request an interior side yard setback of 1.7 feet where 5 feet is required. Zoning Code Section 6847A3. The Zoning Board of Appeals is the determining body for this case. Documents provided in connection with the case include variance application submitted November 14th, 2011, standards form completed by applicant, standards form, zoning analysis, plat of survey dated January 2nd, 2008, site plan, elevations, and Spark meeting minutes from January 4th, 2012.
Okay, and is the applicant here? And I will swear you in at this point. So anyone who wishes to speak, if you could raise your right hand. Do you swear or affirm to tell the truth throughout the course of these proceedings?
I do.
Thank you. Again, if you could state your name and address for the record, please.
And my name is Kindon Mills. I'm with Holbert and Associates Architects at 2147 North Claremont Avenue in Chicago, 60647.
And could you explain the project?
My client purchased the home in 2008. It has an existing side yard setback of 1.7 feet on the north side, which is the side that is adjacent to the alley. On the second floor of the home, we wish to take the roof off and rebuild the roof at a 14 and 12 pitch so that we can capture more usable square footage on the second floor. We're proposing no change to the footprint of the home, nor are we proposing to add any occupancy to the home. It is a two-dwelling residence now. We want to turn it back to a single-family residence. So we're decreasing density on the site and just really seeking to increase the height of the roof. If I may, I have diagrams that show the extent of the change.
Certainly. And these are not within our, these are different from what's within our packet.
They're the same drawings. They're just drawings with a graphic,
additional
with a
information.
shading to graphically show where
Thank
we're
you.
asking for relief. The first sheet is simply the site plan showing the north side of the building needing a 1.7-foot setback.
Okay, and I'm just going to quickly, for the record, I've got a packet of 7 sheets of additional graphical information, and so we're going to go with applicant's A on this. Okay.
The second sheet is a front elevation showing in a dashed line the existing pitch of the roof, which is a 5 and 12 pitch. We are increasing the pitch to 14 and 12. The next sheet is the area of on the north side for which we are asking for relief. It is a shaded triangle, or shaded triangles showing that we are asking for it only in the gable, not for the floor plan. Everything that is not shaded is an existing condition on that side. The following two sheets are plans. The sheet that says second floor plan usable area diagram proposed, spelled incorrectly, I apologize, shows the revised floor area of the second floor as 865 square feet, over 80 inches. If we're able to change the pitch from a 5 and 12 to a 14 and 12, without the change in pitch, the area on the second floor is 695 square feet, which is not enough area for 3 bedrooms and 2 baths, so that she wouldn't be able to have her 2 young children on the bedroom floor with her. The following 2 sheets are simply photographs of the house, so you can see the existing condition.
And just to confirm, our information illustrates that the side on which you are, the property side which you are most close to and asking for the variance for is adjacent to an existing alley space.
That is correct.
As I understand it, there's an existing 4.5-foot knee wall on the second floor, and you're leaving that?
That is correct.
And then that foundation, why are you rebuilding it?
It's a masonry foundation and leaks is in disrepair, and it's of inconsistent thickness across the width, and there's no footing on that part. It was an addition. I assume it's different. Everything is different about this portion, and the foundation is substandard. We're building her new stair in that portion, and we don't want to build a new stair on a substandard foundation. The balance of the foundation is in good shape and has a footing and is full depth, and that foundation is none of those things. Why, we don't know.
But the foundation follows the exterior wall, so
It
it's not
does.
like there was a foundation wall that went straight through at one point, and then this was an addition to
Exactly.
it. It jogs out. Okay.
It follows the bay along the
Right.
north side.
Right.
Okay, and this is going to a single-family home, and do you know if the owner intends to stay within the property?
She does. It was purchased as a rental property, and she is going to move into the home with her 2 children, and it will be her primary residence.
Yeah, there's 2 copies, so there's one down here as well.
I have a 3rd copy if that's helpful. I know what they look like.
Thanks.
Okay, thank you. Is there anyone else who would wish to speak to us at this time regarding this project? Sir? And if you could state your name and address, sir.
Whatever.
Yes, you were
My
sworn
name
in,
is
thank you.
Les Bailey.
Les Bailey,
I
thank
own
you.
the property at 1422 Florence Avenue, which
Okay.
abuts the property in residence there. It is a 2-flat that I have, and I reside at that address. I was concerned when I got the notice, but when I found out there's not going to be any difference in the footprint of the property and the building, at this point I have no reservations with regard to any change that would affect the height of the building at that time.
Thank you, sir.
Sorry, I had just a couple of questions for the record for Ms. Mills.
Certainly.
Can
Yes,
you
sir.
just confirm the only variation being sought is for the side yard setback?
That is correct.
And the that's 1.7 feet from the property line?
That is correct.
And can you also confirm that the new project will not change the existing footprint? That is, the existing footprint is 1.7 feet from the property line?
That is correct.
Okay. And as far as the new height, it's below the max that's allowed, correct?
That is correct.
Okay. Those are the questions I had. Thanks.
Okay, just for the record, I don't see anybody else who wishes to speak to us on this matter. And are there any other questions that anyone has at this time? All right, Ms. Mills, did you have anything else you wanted to add before we close the record and begin our deliberations? No? Okay. All right, then with that, we will close our record on this matter and begin our deliberations.
I think it's an elegant solution, and it's much better than what might have been proposed as a bunch of dormers. So I'm highly in favor of it.
I think we've got to go with that.
Are you feeling motivated to make a motion tonight, too?
I would note
No.
just for the record that the adjacent properties have steeper pitches and certainly higher roof heights, so it's consistent with those as well. I I think we've pretty much covered everything else. I mean, it's over the existing footprint. We're also not raising the actual knee walls, which we could, be listening to. So it is in many ways a great solution to expanding the use of the house. And if nobody else has any more comments, then I would certainly entertain a motion, as I believe I hear consensus.
I would move in the matter 11 ZMJV 0089 regarding 1424 Florence Avenue that we approve the requested variance, provided that the construction be in compliance with the documents on file and the testimony that was provided this evening.
Second the motion.
It's been moved and seconded. All those in favor, please say aye.
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 Appears to be unanimous from what I can hear. So the motion has been carried and your variance has been approved. So good luck with your project. Before we close tonight, I think you all received in your packets a notice regarding the proposal for a joint meeting of the Plan Commission with the Plan Commission on March 14th, which is a Wednesday, I believe. So I'm trying to, I think it's, I don't know, I can't remember if it's on a normal week that we meet or not.
It's
It's
not.
not. It's on the middle. It's in the middle week. I don't know if there'll be any opportunity to reduce the meetings at, one of our other meetings in that month at this point in time. But are there any?
I'm out of town.
Mary Beth out. Any other comments, scheduling things?
Was it the normal time?
I would actually, no, I'd just note it starts at 7 rather than 7:30, at least on the notice. The memo.
Duly noted.
I'm okay for that.
Me too.
I'm okay for it too as of now.
Seven, you said?
Okay, then it looks like at this point, we'll have a quorum, so we can go ahead and continue that schedule. I was trying to rack my brain for how we did this last time. Because we did this we had to meet in another room.
We did this for Royce Moore, and we met in one of the other rooms. And if I recall correctly, Plan Commission took the lead, and then we basically had a mini ZBA meeting within their meeting
Right.
after everybody had presented things, so they didn't have to do the presentation twice. They were able to just do it once, and then we were able to have our questions separate from the Plan Commission issues.
Sounds about right. Okay. And I think that looks like that will be possible, so at this point we can schedule that. And I don't see anything else on our agenda. Melissa, was there anything else?
Nope, that's it.
Staff on anything else? Okay, seeing none, then we will be adjourned at 8:02. Thank you.
Wow. That's awesome. Have you ever done that before?
Bad for starting 10 minutes.